3-year-old molested. I am Yemi Dabiri, the founder of ClipX Solution Initiatives. Today, I'll be sharing the story of a 3-year-old girl who was being molested. While we were returning from AWACSA, which is our flagship program, Awareness Work Against Child Sexual Abuse, we got a call for intervention from a mother that her daughter had been molested, and we drove straight down to the address, and from there straight to the police station. We had conversation with the innocent, beautiful, charming girl, a very smart and brilliant girl. Yes, very, very brilliant, very detailed. She remembered everything that happened to her vividly. How he hurriedly took her to the toilet, pulled up her clothes, and put his wee wee in her wee wee. And when he was done, he used a cloth to clean her up and asked her to hurriedly wear her clothes, which she did. And she went back to the sitting room. And she said not long after, her mom came and they left, for their own apartment. Now, according to the girl's mother, she noticed that while they were walking down to the apartment, the girl was walking as if something was actually wrong with her leg. So she was wondering, what happened to you? So she told her that Leke put his wee wee inside her own wee wee, and she lost it and rushed down to Leke's place. Sadly enough, Leke is a child, is a minor, is 11-year old. Yes, a minor. So it was in the process she remembered that she has a sister that talked so much about ClipX solution. So she reached out to her sister, and her sister gave her her own contacts, and that was how she reached out to us. So I asked Leke, what happened? How did this happen? When did you start this? Is this your first? And all of that. And Leke said he didn't know what happened. Did you do it? He said yes. Was this your first time? He said no. Were that how many times? She said once. So other people, and she began to mention one or two other children that he had touched. Sadly enough, according to Leke's mom, they just came in from evening service. Yes, evening service. The mom was in the kitchen cooking, and the neighbor needed to get something across the road, and it was about 7:30 thereabouts. And she didn't want to leave her daughter alone in the apartment. So she took her to the neighbor's place for her to get what she needed to get. And she said that took her like about 25 to 30 minutes to get that done. So it was in the space of 25 to 30 minutes that all of this happened. Leke father walked in and he began to shout. He was shouting on top of his voice. He was abusing the wife and he was blaming her, judging her that it was her fault because she was so much of African magic and he had been telling her before now. But contrary to that, Leke told us that most times when his dad is back from work, he will demand for his phone in order for him to do his assignments. And while he's on that phone, he's not actually doing any assignments. He's busy watching pornography. He said the first time he saw pornography was on his daddy's phone, a particular WhatsApp message. The person sent him pornography regularly. And from there, he was able to get a link that he clicked that now took him to a site that all they do there is pornography. And this is what Leke has been consuming over time. So he's addicted to pornography. He has an addiction. It's something that he consumes regularly. He's always on the lookout for pornography, which led him to having uh, irregular erection that he finds very difficult to control. According to him, that evening when they brought in the girl, he wasn't in the sitting room, But when he stepped into the sitting room and he sighted her, he said he began to have these strange feelings and he didn't know what happened to him. That I just found out that he took her to the restroom and he did what he did to her. Now, according to the father, he said he never knew that he was being sent such messages because most of the messages that comes in that are forwarded, it's just been intentional not to download it or click on it so that as far as it's concerned, he does not waste his data. So he doesn't even know the content that he had in there. So Leke was taken to Elewe Eron police station somewhere in Abeokuta. That is where you have juvenile children that are minor, that are not yet 18. So he was taken there for rehabilitation and consequences of his action. And we offered him therapy, which we ran for him for a couple of months. We also took the girl and her mom through therapy. And today, both parties, they are fine and they have moved on with their normal life. Now, what are the lessons in all of this, in this particular story? Number one, sex education, dear parents and listener, you cannot shy away from it. You are the best sexuality educator to your child. Educate your child on sex education. Teach them the right anatomy for their body parts. Teach them the consequences of their actions. Let them know what is right and what is wrong. It is your responsibility to teach them on sex education. Number two, it is wrong for an 11-year-old to have an Android phone. Yes, it is very, very wrong. Irrespective of whether they are using it for assignment or not. They can make use of the laptop or make use of your own phone. And you make sure that you supervise them whenever they are on the phone having or doing their assignments. Number three, when it comes to children, you cannot be too trusting. Don't trust anyone with your child. Everybody is a suspect when it comes to children, whether you believe it or not. When it comes to children, everyone is a suspect. So when you are not sure, don't drop your child. When you are not sure, hey, don't do sleepover. When you are not sure, you don't know where to keep them, you need to go to party. Can you cancel that party or you go with them? Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Thank God that the innocent girl was able to speak up. If he had kept quiet, I'm sure you can imagine what could have happened to that girl. So please ensure that when you are not sure that you can trust, don't drop your child. Another lesson I want to pick out from this is please let forwarded messages, let it end with you. Yes, let it end with you, especially when it has to do with nude content, pornography. Please let it end with you. Every time you forward such messages, you are promoting the pornography industry. The more you promote them, the more money they will make, and the more damages they will cause the society. Stop child sexual abuse. Enough of child sexual abuse. Allow children to enjoy their childhood. Childhood should be preserved. When it is not preserved, the adult life becomes bleak and black. Our children will not be victim of error and sexual abuse in Jesus' name. And as many that are going through it, I pray that there will be healing for them in Jesus' name. And please don't be quiet. Seek support. Support, they are readily available. All you need to do is just to ask for help. And it is okay to ask for help. It is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. Thank you for watching. And please share this to reach more people because the more informed the people are, the lesser the victim of child sexual abuse. See you in our next story.